guys, so I did figure out how to put the trundle bed together, and I could not find a video on this trundle bed type, so I figured, okay, I'll just make it my own. Only because I couldn't fit the trundle bed through the door, so that was super embarrassing. So now we all know we can have a good laugh. Alright, so to get the sides on, obviously this has to come up a little bit, so I've been using her little pink stool just to prop it up, otherwise it was so much harder. And then the tools that you will need is definitely one that's bigger than this if you can have one. I can't find what I do with mine. Is a flat tip screwdriver, which I'm pretty sure I'm saying the right thing. Maybe not. One of these beautiful bad boys. I have no idea what it's called, so I'm going to say the silver thingy. And that goes in right here to make sure it's nice and tight. And then I figured this out by myself, so give me a high five. This is what goes in the inside of the wood to connect your screw in and hold it. So I've actually had some of these randomly in like old screw boxes and just random things I've gotten from garage sales when I buy like nails or screws, and I had no idea what these were. And so I know it's really dorky, but I was so excited when I figured it out. Alright, so first I'm going to go ahead and take my screws and put them in, and then I'm going to say the crowns, because they kind of look like a little crown, and then there's a face with a hole. I'm going to put the crowns on the inside of the board where the screws are going to connect in, and you'll have to make sure that the screw and the face of the crown are actually facing. Let me grab one just to show ya. Alright, so making sure that this is flat. So where your flat screwdriver needs to go just to hold that in place, you have to make sure that your screw or bolt will be able to go through this easily. If this ends up turning and it's even a little bit crooked, that straight parallel line, then you will have an issue and have to redo it and then kind of hold that in place. So that was the situation I ran into when I was first doing it. You can also see this terrible paint job. I only had black spray paint, no other paint left. That would actually have enough to finish this bed except for pink. And so it is me making over my daughter's room, which was my old room. And I love and obsessed with the color pink. If you don't know that about me, and if you do know me, pretty much everyone knows that. So I wanted to try very hard to make it her favorite colors. And pink is not one that she's in love with anymore. So I ended up finding some old wrapping paper and then a bunch of scarves I got on sale for the girls for dance class. So I used those on the ceiling and then the wrapping paper on the walls. So I feel like this would be so much easier if you had another set of hands. So let's see and try to get this in there. Unfortunately, with the coronavirus, another set of hands is not allowed. Otherwise, I would totally be calling them my friends. All right, finding the right angle to put this in is like the hard part for me, at least. I'm sure there's an easier way to do this. I just don't know how. I'm gonna lift it up. Dang it. All right, so now, it's lining up. So all I'm trying to do is line up the holes with the bolts or screws, whatever it's called. As soon as I get one, the other one doesn't want to. Alright, so I do have one at the top, so I'm going to go ahead and try and put our crown in. Let's see what we can do. Because once the bolt is in and you get it through the crown, then it's easier to line up the other ones, I'm sure. Alright, so I'm making sure that my line is straight. It's a little crooked, so that's why the screwdriver comes in handy. And then remember, righty-tighty. So I'm using my long, beautiful silver tool thing. and twisting that in. So I'm gonna wait to make it like super, super tight because I feel like maybe it might be a little bit easier this time if all the tight, when I'm trying to put them in, I don't tighten it all the way so that way I have a little wiggle room, because there were a couple issues where the lines and the bolts were not lining up very well. So we're gonna try doing it and leaving a little bit, ouch, little bit of it loose to see if that will be easier. Ah! Put my knee on them. All right, so I do have the top one. Let's see. Maybe if I lift this side up a little bit more, it'll be easier to fit that in. Again, if you had two people, this would probably be so much easier. Ooh, there we go, maybe. Let's try that. I don't know if you can see this, if it is or not lining up. So some of it is just trial and error, honestly. Ooh, did it go in? All right, I think I got it in. Yep. So I'm gonna put in my crown. I'm gonna pull it back out just a little because my crown is not going in all the way. If you are trying to put that crown in and it won't squeeze in the hole all the way back, which is something you need to do, then your screw is in a little bit too far. So then all you do is untwist your screw out a little bit. Now I'm gonna put that crown back in, and I'm gonna take my silver tool and turn righty-tighty to the right my bolt in, and it's going in nice and easy. So this is going better than it did before already. I got like one side really, really easy after I figured out, and Brooklyn's mom, Faye the Burgett, thank you love, was helping me try to figure out how to put it together. And I actually had the two sides upside down. So this is a little bit easier doing it the correct way and the right side, because I had just got it attached, and then luckily she had called me and said, hey, just so you know, it needs to be flipped and the straight side goes on the bottom so the trundle can fit under it. So thankfully I didn't have everything put together at that exact time. Oh, there's stuff inside the top of her stool. She likes to use that as a little hiding spot to store stuff. Now it's coming open and I just don't want to deal with it spilling everywhere. All right, so we got those two bolts put in with the crown. All right, let's see what we got on this side. Hopefully it'll be a little bit easier since that one's already in. Maybe not. So this is what I had issue with last time. It's not lining up very easily, so let's put our screws in and see what if I can get it in. Ow! All right. So this could be the same one I had an issue with last time. The side would not line up with the bolts, so I literally like had to use my muscle. I'm sure there's a different way to do it, but I have no idea. Ow! I'm trying to put my head through so I can see. And I had to push against it so I could get it over far enough for the screws to actually go in the hole. And I think that might be what's going to happen this time too. All right, I can see it. You're so close. All right. So I'm doing, I'll say, the pretzel technique. I'm pushing with my legs one way and my arms the other. I wonder if like this gets tilted a certain way, if it'll be easier to go in. But I don't know. And I tried a million ways when I tried to do it and have it put together a while ago. Dang it. Oh, you're so close. Come on, come on, come on. Ow, pinch my finger. All right, well, that's not working. Let's try again. If at first you don't succeed, try again. All right. Come on. Oh, I got it in. I'm so excited. Okay, where's my crown? Find my crown before my screw doesn't want to come in. Crown. Gotcha. Gotcha, buddy. All right. I don't know if I'm going to be able to hold it so that stays straight without, I don't want to let go of this because I'm scared that the bolt is gonna fall out. I can't see. Maybe if I hold it like that. Start going really tight and see what we got. If I can get it even a little bit in, then hopefully the bottom will be a little easier. And again, there's probably an easier way to do this. So girls and boys that have other ways of lining it up or putting it on an angle or something like that, definitely let me know, because I don't know. This is my first time. Well, technically my second time. It is my first time with a Trundle bed, putting it together and trying to make everything fit. All right, so that actually went in. It's not in all the way, like I said, I'm still leaving some space. So I can see, actually looking in it, that my crown is a little crooked, so that means it did not go in that part actually. So I'm gonna make it a little bit tighter. Like I said, I'm trying not to make it all the way, so that way maybe I'll have a little wiggle room when it comes to other stuff. But I do want to get it where it's actually in the crown, so that way I don't have to go back and try to shove it in all those places. There we go. Is it in? I'm gonna try to, one way you can tell if, like when you're leaving it loose, if it's in or not, is trying to move that crown and see if that line will go from parallel or not. All right. It's not the moving. We got it. Whoop. Ah. All right, next one. Is that lined up already? I don't think it is. Nope. All right. So hopefully now that we have that top screw in, the bottom will be easier to get in the hole. But again, this is what I ran into last time. And I could not get it to go in without doing the pretzel move. God. So I'm pushing it with my legs and everything and pulling the opposite way. They're so hard to see too. I'm gonna try to move it on an ankle and see if that is a little bit easier. So maybe if I pull it up. No, that's not doing anything. All right. So pulling it up didn't do anything. Let's see if I just put that down. If that part goes on the ankle more. Come on. You're so close. I just want to get it in there so I can set the bed up. I feel like once her bed is set up, it'll make it feel like I have more accomplished than just the walls and the one part of the ceiling on this side. I haven't even got to the other one. I'm out of scarves, so that side of the room might not get anything cool on the ceiling. I'm still kind of thinking about what I could do and what materials I have. Oh, man. All right, it is not going in there. Okay, so let's go ahead and table that, and we'll go get the other side and try doing that over there. So I'm gonna move everything over here on this side of the room. Maybe it will magically, once I take out the pink bench, dang it, I knew that all this stuff was gonna fall out. Then it will just line up. And it'll be like, listen, if you would have just done it this way, then you'd have no problem. All right. Pink bench, you are benched. Dad joke. All right. Let's see. I'm just gonna try it real quick and see what we got, if it does. Yeah, wishful thinking. Didn't actually work. All right, screw it. Going on to the next one. Let's go grab our side. So I did a little bit of touch-up work with the tiny bit of spray paint I had left. So being the fact that we can't go to the store or anything, I have very limited amount of everything. So I spray painted only what I thought you would absolutely see in the bed frame and on the bed frame. So there are a lot of spots that I'm kind of crossing my fingers and hoping they get covered up when the bed and everything gets put on. You won't see it. That's why this side is mostly covered. All right, so let's see if I can put you guys up here.